but ended up redshirting him because it's his senior year. Well, if you don't plan to go to the NFL and everything, maybe he'll go to another team. I just realized, unless it just doesn't show here, but it's not showing that he has a deal breaker. That's crazy. I thought he had a deal breaker before. It is what it is, but go ahead and play this game. This wasn't supposed to be a home game. That's cause let me someone just put something in the chat. I can't read it. And go with all green. And then put the code green.
Welcome to North Dakota State Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Louisville Cardinals and the North Dakota State Bison. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
North Dakota State's head coach told me before the game, he told me this is a crucial game to stay focused. He understands coming into this loud and crazy environment against a team that is not ranked in the top 25 could be easy to overlook. But he's shown his players tape all week, and he said, we have to understand every play matters. We cannot look ahead to next week, or this week will be a disaster.
You already know, I don't.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic that they get.
I don't like having the ball first, but.
And North Dakota State will have the football first as their offense heads onto the field. And here comes the sophomore running back. More than 250 yards and 3 scores while leading them to victory in their last game. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10.
I was not expecting that.
He's at the to the house. Touchdown, North Dakota State.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
I was not expecting that. And this is a sophomore running back too, so even though I don't plan to stay with North Dakota State, if they can keep him, they'd be good.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Louisville Cardinals offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it.
Wow.
He's got an open man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. In the backfield, it's Brown. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone coverage.
Dad.
Right side, it's Atkins. Oh, he's got some space. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick.
I hate when that happens when we get in the backfield and
Don't
then
take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy,
they
wide open
fall.
opportunities to get some positive chunks.
He'll be dragged to the ground,
got
but
the
it'll
first
be
down.
a first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
The Cardinals back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Tells to run, wants to pass.
Hey, man.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack.
Shakes a man, and he might take off. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Cardinals come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to move the sticks for Brown. And he waltzes in for the score.
That was set up to plug up the middle too.
Timeout, that's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend.
I didn't call it.
If the offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Cuts it upfield.
Come on, man.
They put the brakes on.
How you going to run right past the guy?
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
The give to the back.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. Sells to Faith. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They bring the punter onto the field now. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. The Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Atkins. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Turns it upfield. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
The Cardinals come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Pulls and fired complete. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Jumped on top of the pile. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass.
Got him.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And that is priority #1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's 4. Brings into the open. And he gets it to the 44-yard line.
I probably should have just kept on going straight. I don't know why.
And that's the second time today, man. Like, you see, it looks like he's going in fast forward. He's got some jets, man. This guy can really, really move. This offense does such a nice job of finding creative ways to get him the football. And we've already seen it today. A couple of explosive plays, and they're going to continue to feature this young man.
Got an alley. And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
2nd down to the air. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Fresh set of downs going up top. The short hands, it's Diaz. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Out wide right, it's Diaz. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Gonna run it. It's 4.
That was my fault.
But he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense.
Well, he's been showing off his skill and athleticism all game long so far. He's got speed, he's got quickness, he can make people miss, he can break tackles, and with that run, he's now at 100 yards rushing in the game. This dude is a weapon.
Got some room headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in. Touchdown, North Dakota State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
To attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Louisville's offense has taken the field, and they look ready to go. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. There he goes. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
That's a bang-bang type play, RPO, in and out of the hands of the QB quickly. Just get it into the hands of your playmaker as fast as possible and let him do the rest. When you've got this guy's athleticism, man, that is such a great design on offense, and it comes up big.
Oh, man. That must have been still.
I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. After that flag, they spot the ball inside the 20. It's 1st and 10. Running the red zone. It's Brown. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
I messed up.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Back's got it on the screen. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, a great job by the quarterback understanding where the pressure was coming from and understanding where his outlet was. And David, you know, it's demoralizing, I expect, from a defensive standpoint when you think you've dialed up the blitz and you think you're getting home.
Yeah, and you're doing what you can to try to pressure the QB, and you're bringing extra guys, but sometimes that comes at a sacrifice. And you can see he got the matchup he wanted, took advantage of it, didn't get flustered. That was the biggest thing. Like most QBs, sometimes when that blitz comes, they'll get flustered really quickly and make a bad decision. He stayed calm, made the right read, made the right decision.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space. It's 4. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass.
Oh,
and the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on 4th down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st. Finds his big tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Drops back on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Rushes on. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
RPO complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
That's caught. It's huge.
Knocked the ball out of his hand.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to Brown. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They give it to him again. Plows through the defense. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverage.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical. Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Press center downs going to the air. Rolls right. He'll pull it down all the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a first down, new set of downs for the offense.
And it'll be
come on, man.
Trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
That has to sting as a defense. In a 3rd and obvious passing situation, you're going against this dual-threat quarterback you know can scramble, right? You've got to have somebody at home either spying him or mirroring him, expecting that to happen. That time, the defense wasn't in the right position, and the quarterback absolutely killed them with his legs, picking up the first down.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Throws to the wideout.
Oh, my God.
Picked off. That's 18 of those this season. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The Cardinals right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Wide receiver going in motion. Fresh set of downs going up top. Wide open downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
The Cardinals decide to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Louisville calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. So they have a completion, but not much yardage to show for it as they are looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. First play of this drive. Flip it out to the back on the screen. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on 3rd down, now setting up 4th.
They booted away on 4th down. Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more snap coming before halftime. A give to Brown. That should be the final play of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the number 10 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's South Carolina able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And with that W, they get back above 500, 3-2 now on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game in Fargo. This tight end is enjoying quite the day through 2 quarters. It's amazing how athletic tight ends are now and just how much they're utilized. He's played a starring role in giving them this halftime lead. It's time to throw it back to our guys in the booth to start up the second half.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
Coming out of the locker room, the Cardinals head coach told me he is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expecting to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Touchdown, Cardinals! And the beatdown has ensued.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Looking for room, it's Ford. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Right back to the well. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Wants to throw on first. Got it in the middle, it's Diaz. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. That last completion left him with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Hands it off. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Play action on first down. Moves to his right. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
I love the defense right here, working together, forcing the quarterback outside of the pocket. And then you got to have those secondary contained players, the guys whose job is to go get him once he gets outside the pocket. And the linebacker does that, runs him down on the outside part of the field and gets the big sack.
Got it in the middle, it's Diaz. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half. This is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football. But that's a great start to this second half.
Here we go. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21.
Here we go. Ready. 129, 129. Go, go.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
On play action. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Snaps on 4th down. Gets a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Pulls it in. It's Brown. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Sells the run, looking to pass. Here comes the heat. Being chased. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. And the Cardinals with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
One more time, it's Brown. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a fifth?
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
They'll run this play from the pistol. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the ground, it's Ford. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10
That was
on
on
the
me.
play.
Well, a big key for this offense was getting the run game established, and this guy now over 120 rushing yards in this one. You got to give credit to the O-line. You obviously have to give credit to the running back as well, but they have answered the bell. They knew what they needed to do if they were going to be able to have success, and they're executing this game plan flawlessly.
Got a little space. Turning it on. He's at the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, North Dakota State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a scintillating 52-yard jaunt to the house. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the Cardinals sideline, their tight end has been a brilliant target here today. Over 100 yards receiving already in this game, and I expect them to keep him in and keep going to this big target. As you know, the tight ends never get the glory, and this guy is on fire today. Let's see if they continue to feed him the rock. Guys?
Holly, thank you. The Cardinals now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The play fake. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Well, we knew this quarterback could put up some monster numbers. He is putting on a clinic in this game. He now has over 400 yards passing.
This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll run it on the counter. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just
Runs through a man, and he might have some space. The 20, 10, all the way. Touchdown, Louisville.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Guys, here on the North Dakota State sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. 2nd and long here.
That's definitely a glitch.
On the draw, it's Ford. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. The fake and wants to throw. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Punt is in the air. He's got great speed. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll be brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what that one's about. That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Wide receiver comes in motion. Hand off for Brown. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. got it back on 2nd and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Cardinals. 3rd touchdown of the game. A 3rd of his season total. He now has 9 on the year. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. But a little time, lets it go. And the pass falls incomplete.
Oh, come on, man.
So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Throws for the tight end. Timed that hit perfectly to keep it from making
uses my sure hands.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few 1st downs and make something positive happen.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run, another good run, another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
Unleashes it. It's dropped after taking the hit.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Turns up, it's Ford. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the 1st down.
Great job to
Come on,
separate
Diaz,
the ball
man.
from the receiver there.
He's supposed to be my sure hands.
Credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Wants to throw again. The safe call of the wide receiver screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Got some green grass. Oh, he's got some space. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuffed, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Cardinals can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Here we go. Ready.
Handoff to the single running back. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. The Cardinals will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. And the defense was just daring them to throw over the top, and the offense didn't, and they got stuffed. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space for the 1st down.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Setting up the screen. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Great awareness that time by the safety. He's obviously spent a lot of time in the film room. The D-line was upfield. It looked like that one might be a big gainer on the running back screen, but did you see how fast the safety came screaming down? He saw that thing coming from a mile away, and he's able to make a big-time stop.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion.
Here we go. Ready.
Follows his block. It's 4. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Timed it
Man, come on, man. Hold on to the ball.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They'll run the screen, and that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Trying to get started. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Here's a little room there. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Some misdirection with the counter.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll need a bunch on second down.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Leaves it with the back. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Drops back. It's Cherry. He's got it inside the 25. He's loose down the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Ready. 180.
They'll run it. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet. Move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a
I gotta be consistent because the first couple of drives it looked like it was gonna be a good game, but all right, till next time.